We hope that you're doing good. We are here with yet another episode of Entab Presents CampusCare EdTalks. Today we are with a brilliant mind, a woman who is an entrepreneur, academician, and in her own way, I would say that she is one of the most happiest person that I'm meeting. She is Hema Harchandani, MD, founder of Canvas International School, Jaipur.
Right.
How are you?
I'm great, as always.
Okay. Now, I said it. I have hardly. It's very rare to see such a happy face all the time. So, what is the reason behind that happiness?
So happiness comes when you achieve everything, whatever you want in your life, and very clear.
Yeah.
So if you're clear, then happiness, and then I think you should be happy because
Happiness is a choice.
it have to be choice. This not be choice. It have to be. You have to be happy. Then only you're able to achieve the things.
I think then only you attract the positive things towards you.
Give the positivity and attract the positivity.
So, Hema, ma'am, if I see your career,
Yeah.
you came from a banking sector, corporate sector. At a very early age, you joined.
Yeah.
Then you took a shift and you came into academics. You're transforming the kids.
Yes.
So, what made you think to shift?
See, as I mentioned when we were talking, so I started my career more into banking, shift into corporates, working 16, 17 years in corporates only. The major shift is I always have an inner calling because two things I can can say. One is basically I belongs to the business class family.
Okay.
So I still remember when I finished my graduation, my father told me, "Why don't you join a family business?" So we used to have a cloth business, and we are into the textiles and all this thing. So we two sisters was together, and we said no, I've just done my MBA, wanted to try my luck, I wanted to do something in corporate, and those time the corporate was rising and privatization was happening.
Yeah.
So I said no, I wanted to do a job, and he was said okay, go ahead, you wanted to do it. And when I started, I was achieved everything as a 16, 17 years, worked very hard, travel along all the places.
You said that you traveled almost all the states in India.
Majority of states I worked. So that kind of exposure which the companies has given me, given the responsibility, achieving every day. So one day I realized, yes, I've achieved whatever I am there in my career, right? In MNC, everybody cannot become a CEO.
Absolutely.
So let it be very clear.
This is
on
a
the
very,
table.
very important thing what you are saying.
Exactly.
That in an MNC, everyone can't be a CEO.
There's one person is a leader, and all are maybe sub leaders. They're working together.
Absolutely.
As a core, as a team, they have to achieve it. So leader is there for the direction. That position chairs only makes the one sense. So then I realized, okay, what is my roots? Let me go back to that.
Okay.
And then I gone back and I said, okay, let me start doing this. Then I sat down, I said what I can do, the things which I really wanted to do. So two things, one is a textile business, which is our core thing. The another one is because my childhood has been with my grandmother, and my grandmother from the education background, and she is the inspiration when I setting up this organization.
She was a government school teacher,
Yes,
and she was inspired you a lot.
Yes. So she was a teacher, she became a principal over there. She was a very strong lady in 75, 80s.
Is it right to say that she influenced you a lot?
Yes, till today.
Till today?
Yes. I always remember because I still say I've seen her, lot of tough situations whenever she's deal with her because I'm very close to her. And I travel along with her also in my childhood. When
we are going to talk about it now.
So, when I travel with her, I've learned a lot of ways. Being a female, she was in our community, the female was not very strong. Most of the time, 80s are definitely women was not very strong those times.
About community at that point of time,
majority of
women in general were not strong, and there your grandmother, the way she came, she traveled, she took decisions, kind of influenced you a lot.
Too much. So I still remember, when I look at me in the mirror, sometimes I said, okay, I look at, even until today, I look at her or no. I really wanted to be the way she was. I really wanted to the way she was as a leader. She was to deal with the society. She was a very influential person in the society, being a principal. She used to take the charge sometimes in the society.
And
so a lot of things she have done in her life.
can you discuss a memory where at that point you didn't realize that you learned something, but later on subconsciously that taught you a lot?
I'll tell you one of the incident. We used to have a society kind of thing, right? I think most of the people have those time, like I'm talking about 80s, 85, where we used to stay in a common communities and the society was there. So we used to have elections, and she's the only female who has actually fought for that election.
Oh, wow.
And she win in that society. And she was the one of the treasurer and secretary for the Truth Society.
Wow.
And all the people, like all the men's was against her. And after that she went, because she influenced all the female. Support me, I'm going to support you in that way.
Wow. Thank you that you made her.
Yes.
And we can see your reflection in her.
Yes. So I think that is a wonderful moment for all of us as a home. And then I always believe into that. If as a person or as being a woman you decide to do something, you can achieve it. Nobody can stop you.
We can certainly see that in 3.5 years, the way you have transformed the whole Canvas International School is absolutely marvelous, I would say. Now, talking about traveling, you said you traveled a lot with your grandmother.
Yes.
Can you discuss about it, that how traveling changed your thought process and made you more independent as a woman?
See, my travel process has been started when I was like 4 years or 5 years old. And every year I used to travel with her alone. So she and me were together. Not even mother, father, parent.
Not even your sister.
No sister, nothing. I think she's the only influence, and she also loves me a lot. She's okay, let her take her along with me. So whenever we go, I've seen her, because see, we used to travel not for that time. There was not holiday time or kind of the thought process was not. So we used to have a members, and so she is a community, one of the member, and we used to together with the groups. So people are together along with somewhere they are going as a group. And I always see her, she's being the first and play the front role in that lead.
Wow.
She was there, she was managing the things, she ensured everybody should be taken care properly, the people should have food properly. And I was, always look like, okay, wow, what the way we are doing. I was also going and support her, okay, give her something, supporting her and helping her. In
being a child, that influenced you so much that not even which you did well in corporate, but making a play school from scratch and taking it to a lot of different branches.
True.
That influence from a childhood really transformed you?
Yes, true. Even till today, every day when I reach my school, every day I learn a lot from my small kindergarten kids.
I think the best thing kids really make us learn is to love selflessly.
Exactly. True. There's a love, and the second part is whenever you're with them, you will learn something new they are doing in the classrooms as well.
And unknowingly
they do that. And there's nothing called, okay, they wanted to influence us or something. They just do it. And that's what the lovable part when you spend time with the little kinder.
And I think even as now that I'm listening to you, what I learned is that unknowingly what you do, not like going to teach something or someone, I think people notice it more.
Yes.
And they try to learn it.
Right.
So you just have to do your part. Rest will be taken care of.
Automatically people will take care of that. Yes, agreed.
So you have a beautiful meaning for your Canvas International School.
Yes.
Can you brief us about the meaning of Canvas?
Yes, so Canvas stands for C is a creativity. So we focus on the creativity of our children. We wanted to assure the parents, their children with us, their joyful learning processes. And for novelty, when we talk about novelty, we are talking about all the teaching, processes are happening, because we are more in inquiry-based learning process. We ensure every year we have to add on our academics, which is a new, teaching technologies where we are working, and then mix it up and say, okay, this is our new things are happening. So we work it. V is a visual effect.
Yeah.
Sorry, I discovered in between.
That's
So visual effect. Then A is again is assurance,
okay.
and S is the safety and security as a part of that.
Wow.
So see, it's all about. So when we talk about the brand name Canvas, it's never come as a thought. Well, I wanted to start as a name as this. So it took at least 6 months time.
Okay.
To work on. We found out 3-4 names, and then we put up this name as a very clearly benchmarking. Okay, this is the name is going to be put it up where my children are coming as a blank, because I believe whenever children are come to me, it's just 2 years, 3 years, they're just knowingly they don't know anything.
For the very first time they're leaving their parents,
Yes.
coming.
And then it's actually tense also, because when they leave their houses, they come to us and acceptance is not there. We'll take some time, we'll give them,
very vulnerable there at that point. Very vulnerable.
Very. And those are the, I believe 40 days are very important when we spend time with the children is actually coming from their home to us. It's 40 days are very important. So these 40 days are superbly when you spend time with them, give them handholds, slowly do start working with them. Then only they'll understand, okay, who are we, how we are loving, how we are, affection with the children, and then they will take it forward with us.
Great, but also I want to know that some of the values that you inculcate in Canvas is
yes.
empathy, innovation, and instinct. Now, can you discuss a bit about these three
So empathy is very important nowadays. We know that.
Absolutely.
So we have to be empathized, because I said it's too much of competitive world. When we say 21st century leader, when we say every day, every second new things are happening, right? So empathy is very important. And then it will automatically comes when you start, accepting as a new learning process every day. As I always say, yes, you have a learning process. You have to every day simple and learn. Every day you learn. That's just very important. So we focus on that with the children. Even they, sometimes in a classroom, if they're doing mistake, but we need to tell them in such a way where they realize, yes, we have done something we have done wrong, or I have to correct it myself.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's why we work on. Innovative, yes, we are very innovative people. We are ready always and take any step whenever we have whether it is academics, whether it's IT processes, whether it's just talk about the academic process, whether it's the admin, any process we are very innovative. We are always ready to take innovation and go ahead. And that's what we said, we are a young people organization, so we always ready for that. That's never be a problem. Instance, we always believe into that. The instance as being a female child and boy child is always different. Thought process are different.
Absolutely.
If you start giving them very clearly how to, being a boy, I should know how to respect the woman,
100%.
or we have to take care of how my family is and everyone. And being a female also, I should know how do I respect to the other gender. So these are the instincts we actually work with the classroom in a small age. They should always take care of. So we have academics in such a way where we are not saying, okay, you are a girl or separated and I'm a boy separated. No, but we work together and then ensure that to respect each other as a gender equality also.
Absolutely.
It is very important.
Beautiful.
Because if you don't do now from the early years, then you say always there's a trigger point. Okay, these are boys, he's a man, he can do it. Being a girl, I can do it. I don't want to fight each other. We both are equal. And we have to, respect the equality is also important. So that's where we work on that value system.
I'm sure you do. Now, when I see you, the first thing comes in my mind is a very strong and opinionated woman. You have your opinions that clearly keep on the table. You have your own decisions that you take. I believe it also comes with a very strong support from family.
Yes.
Right?
So the families, as said earlier also, so we are husband, wife. So yes, family is very supportive. Husband is always there, ready to always take okay, you wanted to jump, go ahead, I'm there.
Sweet. Yeah.
So, but yes, even when I was in my parental house, my father was very supportive, always supported. Never said, yes, sometimes he denied, but he always said, this is your risk, you have to play your game. So I think that makes me more, put my shoulder on responsibility. Absolutely. Because this is mine and I have to achieve also. Absolutely. So one thing, the same way my husband also play the same role, and then even my daughter. So they understand. So I do keep doing the priority when I was in home. I ensure when I'm at home, I spend good time with them, make them happy. But when I'm in my work, I'm in my work. Absolutely. That's it. I'm not. They are not there with me. That's what.
With that comes to the point that there are some stress days.
Yes.
And there are some days when you have to juggle between family, work, relatives. How do you manage this?
See, I always believe if you have a priority list, checklist with you, you don't need to juggle up anywhere.
Absolutely.
So if my priority today is my work, so I have to give. If my priority is my family in that particular day, and it might be 2 hours, I'm okay. So I have to ensure that 2 hours is with them, and then I have to go back to my work and then deliver it. Then I have to do it. So people will only juggle then when they are confused, or they wanted to make a choices. I want this or I want this. I want everybody together. I don't want only family, or I don't want only work. I don't want only my personal life. I want everything has to be together in my plate.
I listened to one of the speeches by Priyanka Chopra.
Yes.
She was saying that as a woman, I need everything.
Yes.
And I deserve everything.
I deserve everything. So I can't say no, I want only family. I said only my work. I said only for this. I can't be, because see, when I need a family support. I need family support. When I'm in workplace, I need to become a leader. I have to become a leader.
Prioritize is very important.
So very clearly, you have to define yourself, which role you are that day, and what that moment you are.
Absolutely. So you have great visions. You have already painted, your vision in front of you, that this is what I want to see myself in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And we discussed, you said that even the last day of my life, I wanted to work.
Yes.
So, how do you see yourself in the next year? What's our vision for the next year?
So, see, currently we have more than 45-50 schools we are reaching. And so...
In just 3.5 years.
3.5 years.
That itself shows the excellent work that you are doing.
Yes. So, and looking forward for coming years, we have to be 100 schools pan-India. So we are expanding this year onwards, all the way expansions. Thank you.
It's coming.
Yes. And we look forward to more than 10,000 plus students should with us. And not even student, which have a happy families with us. I always believe one student come along with the complete family comes.
Absolutely.
So it's not only children is coming or children are studying with us. We have a complete family. So we give only not for we are teaching for the children. We teach sometimes mothers also. Some do a lot of conference and counseling with the parents. So entire family, I think at least we should have a 10,000 family should with us as a Canvas team.
Absolutely. And how do you describe Canvas is different from other play schools around?
So I said two things very clear in here. We should be very simple. We should be a learning process oriented person. If we both are together, we are different.
Wow.
We don't want too much of things in the things. We should ensure my children are very simplicity. They should know their own works, how to do that. They should be independent. They should be confident enough to lead the world. That's what is the important in the children.
Absolutely.
If we give them this kind of thought processes, if they put up in the very clearly in their academics, and the children are doing in the everyday regular basis in the classroom, they will through it. So yes, we have technologies, we have so many things. When you talk about the academics, yes, we follow PSAD approach, which is a very simplified way. We work with the personality, social development, emotional, overall skill development of the children. But I always believe give them the exposure, give them the learning process, which is very important.
Absolutely.
If your children is not going to have an experience of the setbacks or bounce back,
absolutely,
they are not going to achieve their life.
Definitely.
So let it be give. Sometimes they will fall. This is a good experience because the falling is also good for them. It's exactly required. We forgot. We all fall. then only we come here.
This is such a beautiful thing that you said, that embracing your fall.
Yes.
That when we embrace your fall, then this happens. What you're saying. What do you think about the initiative that Entab has taken to make sure all the educators come into one platform, discuss?
So I think your team is very hard-working team. I must
Thank
say,
you
Rajiv
so
is.
much.
Where is he? Let me push him, because he was after me for last 1 month and he was chasing. And he was so I said, all of you are great, and all the best, the work you started now, you wanted to see. So putting up the education, all the educators in a one roof, or come together, let's have a talk. It's wonderful, because that is the only way we can have an experience learning, and we can exchange what you are doing good and what I am doing good. And that's what the education is all about.
We talk about experiential learning.
Yes,
we are doing
exactly. So this is the experience is very important when you are doing in your school something is extraordinary. And I said, okay, fine, I'm doing this. Why don't you try this?
Absolutely.
And because end of the day, what is my goal as an educator? The children has to be important.
Yes.
The children-centric learning process we talk about every time.
Better citizens.
That's what I'm saying. But see, you cannot run away, right?
Yes.
We say, okay, I do a lot of things in my canvas, but when I'm going out and talk about, yes, I'm doing so many good things in my school.
Absolutely.
So do it if you would like it. I don't mind.
Entab is really thankful that you took out time. I think we should all give credit to Rajiv for chasing you to make sure that he brings you into this outfit. And I am delighted that you took out time to make sure that your aura is around us, but that's not the end, because we want it to be permanently around us.
Okay.
So please kindly give us your autograph. Thank you so much for coming, for gracing this show.
Thank you.
So much of positivity, love.
Superb.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I really love to meet you, dear.
Yeah,
Thank you
sure.
so much.
We will very soon. Very soon.